A 72cc chainsaw for 275 bucks Canadian from Amazon. Is it possible that it's any good and that it will last? We're gonna find out. Alright, welcome back to Fabbin Adventures, guys. Today we have a chainsaw that I got off Amazon. I paid for myself. It was on sale for 275 bucks. Original price is like, I don't know, 450 or maybe 500 or something like that. But I kept it in the box. I got this yesterday and I'm just gonna peel it out so you can see that it's straight from Amazon. And we're gonna throw some gas in it and we're gonna fire it up and then maybe cut some wood with it. But that's not where it ends, because you see all these Amazon chainsaw videos of guys just cutting cookies. But that, I mean, any chainsaw can last 30 seconds to a minute or 5 minutes, no problem, you know, cutting cookies. But will it last the test of time? I have a project coming up. We're building a small log cabin in the back end of our property. So that's why I've got this big chainsaw, which is the same brand. It's 105cc, and I'm building this sawmill here to make our D-logs and our lumber to make the log cabin. So this chainsaw here has been so good that I figured I'd order another one, and I seen this one here, a 72cc for 275 bucks, and I jumped on it, and now they're not available anymore. So it must have been like a super sale or something like that. But we're gonna see if it's any good. Let's tie into her here. First, we'll just pop open the old cheap Chinese cardboard, and we got, looks like the bar and the chain. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Look at the size of this cookie. It's a 24-inch blade, and I worked it through there, and I was pushing it through, and it never powered out. I mean, that thing is pretty awesome so far for 275 bucks Canadian. Unreal. But let's take her back inside, do some final thoughts, and tell you what is coming up for this saw, and keep watching. All right, before we get into the final thoughts of the neo-tec NS872 here, I just want to talk about an upcoming video here. It is this logosol style sawmill I'm building. If you don't know what a logosol sawmill is, just look it up on YouTube, L-O-G-O-S-O-L, chainsaw mill, and you'll be able to see what I'm building here. And if you're interested in seeing it finished and put to use and cutting some logs, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And it should be coming out in hopefully a week or two. We got a 105 cc neo-tec NS87105 saw on here, 36-inch bar, gobs of torque, and it should burn through any size log I can put on here. I've got it set up to do at least a 20-inch log, and should be pretty cool. There'll be a crank here that slides the chainsaw here. There'll be cranks down here that lift the logs up. It's going to be awesome. Let's get to final thoughts. Wow, that's actually pretty darn impressive. And that blade is sharp. Still stiff to roll. Them plastic guides are still pushing on it. But yeah, impressive for 275 bucks so far. But my plan is to put it on a secondary Alaskan style sawmill, just for ripping down smaller boards. Instead of using this big guy and having to change everything all the time, I can have this saw set up already and rip smaller boards, and then I can still use my Stihl that I have for limbing and whatnot else. But pretty darn impressive so far for 275 bucks. So I plan on putting a hour meter tachometer on this so that I can keep an eye on how many hours it's going to last for. Just like this, I've got an hour meter on here. I've got 3 hours on the saw, solid hours, and that thing fires up second pull all the time, runs good, super torquey, 105 cc's, and this one's 72, and that thing is made for milling. It's impressive the torque it has, but I'm actually impressed for 275 bucks from Amazon. I know I've said that a million times already, but you can't get much for 275 bucks, especially in a saw that is professional quality, rebuildable, and all of that. Impressive. So, like I said before, we're building a log cabin. I'll be putting an hour meter on this guy, an hour meter on this guy. We're going to see total hours of saw runtime to build this cabin. It's going to be about an 8 by 10 or 10 by 12 cabin, D-style log, dovetailed corners. So if you guys are interested in that sort of stuff, make sure you subscribe, stick around. Let's see how long this neo-tec lasts, how much abuse it can take. Nobody else is showing that stuff on YouTube. Stick around.